Huge thank you to our channel member, Nabil Games. Whoa. Holy crap, I'm not expecting that. Kind of took me by surprise there, not going to lie. Yes! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first of two streams here on the Wednesday, 22nd of November on the Departure Lounge YouTube channel. And I hope that you, yes you, are doing well. I'm excited for this one. So, we're on board today, the brand new Inibuilds A320NEO, which is available on the Sim Update 14 beta. We are with Eurowings, and we're flying from Dusseldorf to Gothenburg in Sweden. I'm very excited to use this one. Very, very excited to use this. Like I said, I wanted to use it last night. Obviously, we were doing the 777 flight, which was like, but at least it was a good flight in the end. It was good. Now we get to like the proper, yeah. I'm looking forward to this one. The next things that I'll say will be very different to, or they won't make much sense if you don't have the sim. But if you do have the sim and you're aware of what the stock A320NEO looks like, then you'll know that there is a vast difference between how that looks and how this looks. So let's just zoom back out. Let's go to the top here. You can see the engines are very, very different. So they hang down a little bit more, whereas the 320NEO, the stock version, just doesn't look as good. It's almost like the tail is like too rounded, I think is the best way of putting it. Like it's very bulky, the tail. The wings, I think they feel a bit bulky too. But Inibuilds have done a superb job with this aeroplane. The way the texturing is done, if we zoom in a little bit more, you can see like just the textures and dirt marks and God knows what else. What's that coming in? Never mind. Yeah. It looks, and I mean when you're looking at it from a top angle as well, because sometimes when you're on the outside, you look at the aeroplane. It just looks better. Everything about it just looks so much better. Detailing and texturing is all fantastic. It looks how it should do, and it's come from a third-party developer alongside obviously Microsoft as well, but Inibuilds have been the ones that have their hands on it. It just looks fantastic. It really does. So yeah, none of the screenshots that we showed off could do it any justice. The engine sounds are quite nice as well. And yeah, there you go. I mean that's pretty much everything I can give you in regards to the outside. If we go to the inside, wonderfully again textured. It just looks like the standard A320 that we know, the Neo and the Phoenix and stuff. I think the best way to kind of explain it is to kind of treat it like the Phoenix A320. We got ourselves a little tablet here as well, which is quite nice. We can brighten that up. There are warnings here, but from how I've flown it, I haven't had to do it, but it is telling you to disable auto rudder, assisted yoke, assisted landing, assisted takeoff, AI stall protection, sorry, anti-stall protection, auto trim, and the assisted controller sensitivity. I've done maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, if that, and it still works fine. So until I find any issues with it, it's not really a Oh, okay. Right, I need to connect up thingy. Okay, while we do that, well, let me just do that very quickly. I'll bring up Volanta so you can't see the username or anything else. Cool, that worked. Right. Okay, let's take the Volanta back down again. So we'll quickly just go through the tablet as well. So you have got the option here to bring up your flight details. You can see how far in the flight you are. Gives you your METAR for both your departure and arrival as well, so you haven't got to keep flicking back through different like websites and stuff like that. I believe hopefully this should as well. This should update itself. I'm not entirely sure. I've not done a full flight with it yet. And you can press update as well. That's actually quite handy. So there you go. It does keep up with everything. So you can really get an accurate reading for your arrival to whichever airport you are going to. You obviously have your briefing as well, which we can go through. Equipment wise as well, you can turn the cabin lights off. You can change the config. You can also manage the pushback from here, but we're not going to do that, obviously. Open up the doors if you so fancy it. We might have to do that. Again, like I said, this is the first proper flight I'm doing with it, so we'll see. You can toggle luggage, pushback, catering, jetways, chocks, etc. So we'll need to obviously take the chocks off at some point. You can change the payload of the aircraft as well to manage the weight of the plane. And you can do that via SimBrief as well, which is good. So if we click this button here, there you go. So that will give us our loading weights and everything else. So we've got 171 passengers. Whether that coincides with GSX as well, we'll find out in a moment. Panel state, you can choose which to use. You can go from cold and dark, which is what we've got today and what we always do. You can do on ground power unit, on the APU, or simply have the plane started up ready for takeoff. You can select the performance as well, so it'll give you your speeds, which we'll need to do at some point. Yeah, that's fine. We'll sort that out in a minute. So yes, it'll calculate the speed. So we need to obviously do that to put that into the FMC. We can calculate all this stuff here as well, and it'll give us then our weights and flex and V1, VR, and V2 speeds, which is pretty good. Then you got your options button just to change a few things if you so wish. So there you go. It's very hands-on. The only thing I have a complaint with is the zooming in of the camera. This is the default camera, so if I zoom out, ideally this is how I'd probably like it, but if I was to press F on my keyboard, that's what it looks like. So I'm not overly happy with the camera, so we have to constantly zoom out. Otherwise it is fine. The other thing as well that we found that is an issue is because of the fact it's Inibuilds, the A310 doesn't have camera views sort of thing. So if I was to keep going through the cameras, there's not one for an overhead. Yeah, you see all that? There's not one for an overhead, which is slightly annoying. So trying to set the plane up is a little bit frustrating. But it's not a huge issue at all. Right, let's go for it. Let's get the airplane set up and ready to go. So we're going to operate the jetway. Let's go for Dusseldorf Airport. Let's see if it actually connects. Yep, ideal. We got the connection. Happy days. Right. Let's request catering.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Let's request boarding.
Boarding requested.
And then we'll set the airplane up to the best that we can using the lack of cameras. So, battery 2 and 1 and external power on. You'll see.
Do you want to board crew? Crew boarding starting.
You might not be able to, but you have to literally tilt the camera to get to these, unless you preempt your camera stuff, I suppose. So we'll knock those to nav. We'll go for APU. Get the nav lights on to 1. And then it's just rummaging around the aircraft, trying to work out what needs starting and what doesn't need starting. On the Phoenix 320, this would be turned off, so you'd have that turned on. You press that to turn on, but it's already on now, so that's fine. We'll go for the emergency exit lights to arm. The annunciator lights are bright enough. We'll just... yeah, I mean, they're bright enough as it is. Don't need a dome light. We'll go for seatbelts.
Your crew has boarded. Passengers
No smoking.
Starting.
That might be that for what I can remember. The IRS is in alignment now, so we're going to be aligned in 7 minutes that we can see there. And here is your FMC for the 320NEO. It's all very different. So interestingly, we obviously have to put our flight plan in there. I'm not entirely sure if you can. Just gonna have a nosy here. It might not be available just yet, I would say, unless I'm wrong. I've not watched too many videos on it. You can't request your flight on there for the moment unless there is a way of doing it, if someone knows how to do that. Oh, hold on. I've seen it. I've seen it. I know why. That's why. Bear with. Okay. Take that back off. Alright, so moving on from there. If we software, see, I don't know this bit, so I'm not gonna press just in case anything goes wrong with it. But if we look outside, everything looks as good as it should. Unless we've got to open that. No, they're done. That's fine. Baggage will be on its way. I'll say hello to a few people just very quickly. Wayne, hello to you. Brandon, hello as well. Anybody lurking, of course. Hello, hello. Come and say hi. What if it works? Let's go for EDDL, which is Dusseldorf. And we are off to Echo Sierra Golf Golf, which is Gothenburg. Will it go in here? No. To Echo Sierra Golf Golf. Okay. Fair enough. Alright. We bugged that out, so that's fine. Cool. Alright, fair enough. Flight number today will be Eurowings 9 Sierra Charlie, also known as Eurowings 9220. Oh, we do actually have to open the doors. Did. What are we waiting on? Cargo. That'll be why. No? Bulk? Okay, a little bit confused. Is that a bug? I'm a little confused why. Well, there's so much happening, it's not even funny. Why have we got so much baggage? Let's just wait and see what happens. Nabil coming up with the 5 months membership. Thank you to you for your continued support. He says, morning, I'm assuming that means slag. Morning, you slag, just kidding, continue to thrive under max. Under or without? Because I think we're thriving without at the moment. But thank you, appreciate it. Oh, I didn't check what the cost index was either. Okay, so cost index today is 59. Just a mild dead joke to start the morning. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Still not jealous that you're flying the 757 though. Still, not at all. Maybe. All right, moving on from there, we go to zero fuel weight. This doesn't calculate itself, or it does. It does calculate. Yeah, I'm not convinced by that. That doesn't sit right with me. No good at this fuel shit. That doesn't sit right with me. Well, maybe. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, so that's fine. That sorted itself out. That's ideal. Flight time is, I believe, today 1 hour 30 minutes. Bang on. 1 hour and 30 minutes for our flight today. Let's go to the flight plan, which has uploaded itself for us. Estimated fuel on board by the time we get there is 1.4 kilo. Tons. Kilos. 1,400 kilos. We'll be fine. We'll just make sure that, in fact, no, we don't. We need the departure, which is fine. So today we're off 05 right. Thought it was 05 right, and we're going off of the Mevi 9 Zulu transition, SID. And when we get to Gothenburg, we are going on Arnav Zulu 21 via the Rhythm 3 Sierra approach. Fantastic. Right, let's have a look, see if we've got any discontinuities. Is it going to be 2 in a row? Bloody hell, it is. 2 days in a row now where we've had no discontinuities. Love that. Right. I don't know why we're having to open exit 2. I've got all the doors open. What are you waiting for? And why is there so much baggage? What are we waiting for? I don't get it. Anyway. Right, so flight plan done. Performance. I like this. I like this already. It's calculating itself. We haven't got to do anything. Brilliant. Alright, 141 for V1, 147 for rotate speed, 155 for the point of no return. I like this. Haven't got to do too much work. I like it. Yeah, otherwise we are pretty much good to go. We are aligned, as you can see, because we now can see the routes. I'll tell you what's interesting is when I loaded the sim this morning and I loaded the traffic in and everything else, there was no stuttering, nothing like this. Like it was smooth as anything. But the moment you start streaming to YouTube, it just fucking ruins it. So I know it's not my computer because I can play the damn thing absolutely fine and it runs perfectly, but the moment it goes to YouTube it just tends to like just get ruined. Bloody stupid. Right, 11,000 feet is what we're going to go for to climb. Otherwise I guess I don't know what we're waiting for. Waiting for your action. Open exit 2. All the doors are open. What are you expecting me to do? Literally, like, I can't open that. That's not what they're waiting for, surely. Makes no sense. Because we've opened this door, but the passengers are coming in through this door. How does that work? And why is there so much baggage? How are you going? How is that? Okay, so literally, why have we got these going into that small fucking hole there? What's going on? I don't get it. I don't get why we've got the normal size baggage going into the big hole, but then we've got these big containers that I don't think I've ever seen a 320neo use ever going into that smaller hole. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And the worst thing is that we've got this cargo door open, but there's nothing going into it. We've got this door open to satisfy the beeping, when nothing can go into it. I know it's in beta, so that may be possibly what the issue is. But it's weird. It's very strange. Even the Bill's agreeing it's weird. But there you go. I'm assuming it is just the beta version, and that they will iron out these creases when it comes to the full version being released in a couple of weeks' time. Otherwise, I mean, I'm quite happy with the airplane, apart from this. This is the zoomed in angle. I don't like it. I do not like this zoomed in angle. I want to be able to see the altitude and stuff, which would probably be like there. That would be my ideal camera. Is that loaded from GSX or Asobo? It's from GSX. It's the GSX stuff. So I've requested the boarding. The boarding's obviously happened already, and apparently, when requesting baggage, this has happened. These sort of things here you don't see unless it's a bigger plane, surely. You don't get that for a 320 or a 320neo. Like, I'm sure you don't. Nah. I don't know, who knows. I'm just putting it down to the fact it's not the full version. So we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it for now. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've never seen a 320 use a loader. But there you go. You learn something new every day, folks. Baggage is nearly done, apparently. So we'll wait for that to kick in. Ugh. Okay, so it should be done. There goes the loader that we really didn't need. Just waiting for that. Well, technically we should now be done. Which we are. There's the bong. Means the boarding's done and completed. Ideal. We didn't see any passengers, which is a bit weird. So, never mind. Right. Shut the doors. Request some pushback. And then what we'll do is at the same time we'll get the beacon turned on, we'll get the APU bleed on ready, beacon on. And fuel pumps on, ready to go.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback.
Thank you.
Departure check completed, pipe has been inserted.
Okay, right, let's have a nosy. What's it giving us? Oh, okay, that's fine. So I'm just nosing. There's 05, right. Short taxi today, lovely job. Alright, so we'll go for why not? Push back to there. Easy. Okie doke. Fucking YouTube. YouTube, man, I swear on my life, literally. Let's go.
Exiting from editing mode. Please wait.
Locking gear. Release parking brakes. Release parking brakes. Commencing push.
Yeah.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Brandon says, are the packs on? Oh, nosy. They are. Yeah, packs are. They're on already. They're not something that I turned on. They're on already. All right, let's go for the engines then. Let's see what they sound like in startup. Here we go. Let's get that sound turned up a bit more. Fucking love this stuttering, by the way.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Nice boom of the engines. Here comes the other one.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Sounds good.
Tow truck disconnected. Pipe has been removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Okay, so both engines are started. We're ready to go. Parking brake is on. Both engines are on, which is great. So we can turn the ignition back to normal. We'll go back to the top. Again, there's no preset camera angles, which is annoying. So I gotta manually find them. AP bleed and the master switch off. Taxi lights to on. We'll get the runway lights to off. The landing lights to off. Just ready for the takeoff. Flaps will set on the taxi. We'll zoom the camera back to where we want it to be. It's not there. And there you go. We're stuttering like fuck now. What is this? Sort it out, please. Fuck's sake. This is YouTube doing this. This is not my PC. This is not my PC. I would not get this if I wasn't streaming. Anyway. Right, parking brake's about to come off. And you'll see we're moving already. Because the power of the engines. There you go. I've not... Oh, look at the fucking state of this. Fucking ridiculous. I don't get this if I'm not streaming to YouTube. Just pause for a sec. This is ridiculous. Okay, we'll taxi out and do what we can. So the steering, rather than a twist of the joystick, it is a bit like the 330NEO. If you're using a joystick, it is as if you're in the air, so you can't twist the joystick. It will have to be like a turn to control the aeroplane. Okay, let me just pause again because I'm going to put the parking brake on. I've got a feeling we are not... So that's the move. Yeah, okay, so we're... Okay, that's fine. That's sorted. Doesn't yours twist? No, mine twists, but I can't control the plane by twisting it. It has to be a movement of that as opposed to that. So I'm just going to find that sweet spot, which is about there. Let's come off the parking brake again. Let's set the flaps to 1, which we've just done. I'm hating how much this is stuttering right now. Okay. Take the power down to idle. Have you set your twist axis to tiller in control settings? I think I've tried to look at this before with the 330NEO. I'm happy to stick with what I've got. Personally, the fact it works is the best thing for me at the moment. But what I don't enjoy is this goddamn fucking stutter. What is this? Why are we doing it? It's YouTube doing it. I know why. I know why it's doing it. Because it's YouTube doing it. It's not anything else. It's not my PC. It's not my PC because it will work perfectly with not streaming. But the moment I stream, don't like it. In fact, let's have a look. Have we got anything coming in? Let's see, we do. I can see something in the distance there. Yeah, we got some airplanes coming in. So that's fine. We're going to hold and we're going to wait. The bill says, yeah, the start ring is shit. It happened to me the other day as well. So I'm glad it's not just me. Because like I said, if I was doing this flight, not streaming whatsoever, it would run so smooth. It's incredible. The moment I go onto YouTube, it just ruins it. Absolutely ruins it. Ruins it for everyone. And look, it's not doing it now. You see that? That's YouTube. That's why. That's YouTube causing that. Don't get it otherwise. I can fly into Heathrow. I can fly into New York. I can fly into LAX. Without any hitch, without any issues. The moment I press go live, everything changes. So a Gian just disappears. I was thought to believe there was something else coming in, but obviously not, which is fine. So what that means is we'll get ourselves into the position. So landing lights on, strobes on. Just to double check one more time. Yeah, we're good. Cool. Okay, so we'll just put the camera to there. Let me do the necessaries. Sound goes up. I go off, and yeah, here we go. Inibuilds A320NEO. You'll see how different the noise is to the standard version. Let's go. super quiet. That was pretty cool, despite the stutter and all that. But that was pretty cool. So there you go. That is the Inibuilds A320NEO. Yeah, which is fairly straightforward, isn't it? There we go. Off and underway to Gothenburg. So quiet. Can't get over how quiet it is. So I used this yesterday before we did our mammoth stream from Paintfield to Leipzig to give it like a few circuits, and it was lovely. And it, to me, at the moment, despite the stuttering and stuff like that, from whatever reason, it's fine. It's lovely. Not bad for a freebie. That's all I can tell you. It's not bad for a freebie. So there you go. Let me know what you think. We do have a view once I think we can actually go for it now. There you go. David says, I wonder if YouTube ever sorry, I wonder if YouTube built in the problem to discourage lives in favour for pre-recorded in order to maximise ad revenue. Who knows? Who knows? But good morning to you. Hope you are well. Like I said, I can play this and I can use this plane off stream, and it would be absolutely fine. There'd be no issues whatsoever. You know, it runs like a high-spec PC, basically. The moment I stream to YouTube, it all goes horribly fucking wrong, and I can't. I don't know why. I don't know why. YouTube, I think, just eats up a load of memory, and that's what is like really like annoying when you stream into it. Like, it is irritating. 100% it's irritating. But there you go. It'll probably run fine on any other platform. but it looks good. The aeroplane is, like I say, very, very quiet. So I imagine this is like the real thing. So there we go. How's everyone this morning? I think the only other way to stop this from happening as well is to take off like things like the Bing maps and stuff like that, but you shouldn't have to do that. I really shouldn't have to do that. So, shorter flight than it was yesterday. We have got just the 1 hour remaining before we arrive into Gothenburg. Just a quick showcase flight for this one. Hope everyone is doing well. Ooh. So I'm still in the process of gathering a load of things together for this formal complaint against the sponge. Otherwise, Kim, Lewis, Matt, and everyone else that doesn't exist, good to see you. Thanks for popping into the chat. I know everyone can't see your chats because, you know, they can't, but thanks for popping in. For those wondering, Kim is a mod on the chat. No, she's not. There's no Kim. Welcome along. If you're enjoying it so far, please do feel free to leave a like. Don't forget as well, we're back this evening. This is just more of a showcase for the brand new Inibuilds A320NEO. Which I've got to say, from this angle, from what you can see, that detailing is absolutely spot on. That is a lovely, lovely sort of... I mean, the way they've modelled it is fantastic. You can't go wrong with Inibuilds, that's for sure. David says we've got a Falcon 7X taxiing just now to head to San Francisco. San Francisco from here in Aberdeen. Interesting route. I wonder if Logan Air will start it with the ATR 42. No, but I can guarantee you someone will start it with an ATR 42 trying to go transatlantic. I'm sure. Right, into the cloud. Goodness me. Can't see anything right now. Paul Hussey, excuse me, Paul Hussey. Good morning to you. Hope you are. It's still morning. Good morning to you. Hope you are well. I'll keep an eye on some other sim live streamers. I know which one I'd put my bet on. Says David. I got a pretty good idea. So interestingly, last night, the reason why I mentioned Kofi, or Kofi, whatever you want to call it, a lot, is because had the people that donated done it via the super chats, I would not have received any last night because they blocked the video completely. So you can watch the stream and everything else. The music is in the stream, but I cannot mute it. So any sort of, I say any money that nobody super chatted, which is absolutely fine. But any revenue that would have been made from that video would not have come to me, which is why I'm like, I do not want YouTube taking any more money than it deserves at this point. So yeah, so there was that that I woke up to. No, actually no, tell a lie, no, it was straight after. Straight after the stream yesterday. Got the oh no, it was this morning. This morning got the email, read the email. And yeah, read that and I was like, okay, cool. David says, was the blocking purely on the grounds of copyright, or would there be other factors? So how can I find it without going in? So the music that was played last night that I thought was not copyrighted, apparently you can get copyright struck for it, because apparently the public domain thing apparently doesn't mean anything. But the music that's on there, there's certain music that's banned in certain regions because of reasons, right? Certain regions because of reasons that are happening in the world at the moment. So because of that, sometimes you have the option to just mute the segment that's got the music in it. What they decided to do was completely block the option for me to mute it, which means it's not a copyright strike, because they've told me it's not a copyright strike, but it's I cannot mute the music from the video. So the video will still play with the music and everything else. I can't mute it, and if anybody had super chatted last night in that stream, it would have gone to, well, I mean, it would have been split different ways between the people that own the songs. Thankfully, none of you did, so there's that. But yeah, rather annoying. Rather annoying that YouTube is constantly doing it. Because the problem is we're all doing it for a bit of fun, and there's no harm done in, especially with what I'm doing with the music and stuff. And yeah, it's just a bit of a piss take that they decide, oh, actually, yeah, no, we're gonna make sure that you can't get anything from that video. It's like, whatever, not bothered. So purely down to the fact that we played music last night that, ooh, we shouldn't have done. Oh no, we played music we shouldn't have done on the channel. Oh no, what should we do? I know what, let's block the video from... Well, I mean, like I said, you can still watch it, but yeah, I can't mute the music or anything else. Which is fine. It's fine. Which is why we're trying to come up with different ways of doing it, you see, so that YouTube don't take any of your money. Because that'd be like the worst thing to happen, is if someone donates like 10 quid because they want me to have it, I then don't get it because of YouTube, and it's shit that it cannot seem to sort out. So yeah, just on that basis alone, it's very annoying. Hopefully that answers your question. But it's just annoying for everyone involved, because it's like, yeah, just annoying. Is there scope to pop midstream ads in to mitigate the situation? I know they're not popular, but I'm sure everyone will understand the situation. So yes, there is a ground to do that. Do I want to do it and ruin people's experience by? I mean, especially if something funny happens and then all of a sudden you're not seeing it because you're watching an ad, and say for example I'm sitting there, you know, dying of laughter, and then people come back from the advert going, "What's so funny?" I don't want to ruin people's viewing experience. That's the thing. If something, so for example, right? So take for example the Delta flight we did Saturday or Friday Saturday, where it very nearly went horrifically wrong, right? If an ad popped up just before the plane went down, I had to come back up again. If the plane went down and the advert come back on, next thing you know, I'm on the ground. No one's going to know what's going to happen. Like, no one knows what's happening. So I think it's all about like the experience of being there to actually watch it, and then just run it through like donations and stuff like that, super chats or other ways of doing it. That to me is a lot better than running ads midstream, because I've seen people do it. I've seen people do things midstream, like put the adverts on, and suddenly you're missing a load of stuff, and someone's like, "Oh my god, can't believe that happened," and then everyone sits there and is like, "What happened?" Because we didn't see it. Plus I also never know when it's going to happen, so I wouldn't want you to miss something and then, you know, that's it sort of thing. I wouldn't want that to happen. Like, I vowed from the very beginning not to run the adverts midway through streams, because it, like I said, it puts people off. I haven't got it in me to do that to people. So there's that. There'll be other ways. There'll be other ways to combat it, I'm sure. But like, yeah, I know. Like I said, there's obviously there's people that don't want to do it through that sort of thing because of the internet and everything else, and I'm alright with that. It's not an issue. That's why I've sort of said, you know, that's why I've kept the monetization on. Will you be receiving super chats as normal today? I would imagine so. I would imagine so. I don't plan on playing any Christmas music, so so you know. Yeah, super chats are as normal. I think it just makes it easier, because last night with the donations through Ko-fi, I got them immediately. Like, I checked my phone halfway through it, and I got it immediately. So it's like, and it got like the full amount. Whereas, like, say, YouTube would just take a cut of it and then not really care about what it's for, sort of thing. David says that's true. You know exactly what would happen. 40, 30, 20. Rita, get yourself this great new dandruff shampoo. Exactly. And the next thing you know is that I'm on the ground. You don't know what's happened. And then you miss out on some of the good stuff. So, and that's what we sort of pride these streams on, is the good stuff. And there is plenty of the good stuff. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me just try and delete a few things here, see if it'll help. How do Ko-fi generate their revenue when they're not taking a cut? I'll bring up the website in a sec and I'll see what they say on it. Basically, it's just, for me, it's a bit like a money transfer type thing, but let's have a look. Let's have a look at Ko-fi. Right. So we had Dogwoods, who put a message at the end. Yeah, to say thanks for today's super stream. Ideal. Ideal. Right, let me log out, because that might give me an option then to... Right, so here we go. So when you go onto Ko-fi, I'll tell you what, I'll show it off as well, just to kind of, you know, so I'm not just making it up. There you go. So it says 0 fees on donations. We don't take a cut of your donations. Connect your PayPal or Stripe account and receive donations directly from supporters with no added fees from us. There you go. And at the bottom there again, it says we don't take a fee on your donations, and you get paid directly. You can show off some of the best work and stuff if you're really into, like, you know, trying to really go into it. And then you can sort of ask for, I say ask for it, but that's why we've got the you know, thing. The thing, this one here. One down there. Underneath the capture window thing. You can build, yeah, like an income. You can do like memberships and stuff. Not going to do that, so don't worry too much. You can keep track of your supporters as well, which is what we can do, and you can earn while we stream. So yeah, There you go. That's what we do. Can monetize a site or blog. We haven't got that. Sell by opening up a shop. Unique commission service and stuff like that. But these are all completely irrelevant to us. So there you go. That essentially is what we. This is why we use it, because the key thing in all this is this bit here: 0 fees on donations. So that's why that exists. Because otherwise, I could say super chat. YouTube takes like 30% of your super chat. Which is highly annoying. Not sure how they generate it. It may be through commissions through like the shop. So that would probably be my guess. David says, I guess they make their money from all the auxiliary stuff, and the lack of fees on donations is a marketing model they use. There are other ones out there that people use. I just know that Ko-fi is quite a popular one. Bit like how Ryanair operate. So I've heard, apparently. Nevertheless, if you've ever wondered why we have, or why sort of, we try and push Ko-fi a lot, for that reason, so that YouTube don't take any money. David says, I wonder if Ko-fi will start selling scratch cards. I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. It's a nice little pipe dream to have, but I'm sure it'll go down quite well. But yeah, I don't think anytime soon. So we've got 34 minutes remaining on this flight. It's been very quiet. The aircraft is quiet. Don't forget we're back tonight for San Juan to St. Bart's on the PC-12. Doing that a little bit later on this evening. Should be a nice one. Speedy streaming. Is that a bit like is that a bit like what's it? Like speed dating. Wayne says first day back at work in a week, 170 emails. You know. When I worked for Peugeot, I remember going in after like half a week. So I'd take from like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then you had Saturday, Sunday. And I'd go back in on a Monday and there was like 400 emails from like Peugeot head office and stuff like that, and like garages and stuff that were like inquiring for parts and stuff. It was like 400 fucking emails, like Jesus. Couldn't believe it. But yeah, if you are watching, hello. I know it's like one of these like weekday morning streams. I don't obviously normally do these, but welcome along. Paul Hussey up with the 2-month membership. Thank you so much. Says keep up the good work. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your continued support. I guess it's the beauty of what you do, Wayne. Nosy for something to do after the stream is done here. So, you've seen the standard 320NEO on the streams before. And now we've got the Inibuilds one. Let me know what you think. It's surprisingly quiet. That's the one thing I'm finding now, because I've been obviously focusing on like the cockpit side of things when I was doing the circuits and stuff. But what I have noticed is it is very, very quiet, which I suppose is true to life, really, but it's mega quiet. Alright, half hour to go. We are currently headed towards Falster, or Nykobing in Sweden. We're not too far away now. So not Sweden, Denmark rather. I don't know what this music is. It's quite interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting music, this. But there you go. So I think my initial thoughts on doing a full A320NEO flight with the Inibuilds one. I mean, if we just have a look again, just on the outside here. Fascinating because there's a bit of stutter there. I don't know whether that's because we're streaming, but there is some stutter. But the noise is wonderful because it's so quiet, but it's just very interesting. Very, very interesting, this aeroplane. So what's everyone doing today? I'm going to go and put some films on after this one, after this stream. I'm going to chill and I'm going to relax. Wayne's catching up on admin. Ouch. Hope it goes alright. That is a bit of rotten luck, though. Are you doing a Vulcan stream soon? I will do. I will do. To be honest, I've not really sat and had a bit of a muck about with it, because obviously there's ways of starting it up and stuff. But there is Just Flight apparently have released some updates in terms of when theirs is coming out, and I think that will be a lot better than the one that's the freebie one. But I'll do it soon for sure. Two places it can go between, if people want to suggest. Wayne says my phone literally exploded, and a calendar to have words with. Colander. And a colander to have words with because they want our customers to... Translator for Wayne, please. I was going to say, wasn't a colander like well, no, a colander is a food utensil, isn't it? Honestly, Wayne. Never change. Alright, let's go back to cockpit. Still very, very quiet, this aeroplane, which is nice. We're going to start descending momentarily. Wait. Cat's decided to wake up and start meowing then. Hang on a second. She knows I'm here. Wayne says, idiot here. I am reading an email about Christmas meals. Someone asking if we have a colander in Hub's kitchen. I put what I was reading in the text. Is it Christmas Jet? It is. Yeah, Christmas Jet this weekend. Yeah, Christmas Jet this weekend. Still in the process of bringing people on board. But nonetheless, it should be a good one, regardless. Wayne says, I do have a volunteer to have words with telling our customers fuck off. Mine now. I seen who it was. I can't blame them. I've been tempted a few times. Bad customer service. All right, let's bring the airplane down to 22,000 feet. Right, let's have a nosy at the tablet here, see if we can update. Okay, broken cloud at 2,700 feet. Knots, oh goodness me. Okay, wind gusting at 34 knots. Really not having the best of luck with this week. For goodness me. It's going to be a gusty one. There's the cat again. Oi! Why is she so scared? Wayne says, go and go karting next week. Can't wait, just hope I drive better than it is on Rocket League. Only you can be the judge of that. But yeah, God, it would need to be better. Definitely need to be better. Okay, so we are currently descending down. Shame you can't do a real life Mario Kart. Be good for mental health and anger management all in one, says Wayne. I think it could be. I think it'd be. I think there's definitely a trick missing. They're missing a trick with that. Right, 10,000 feet is what we're going to go to. Aircraft is very good at slowing itself down, which is ideal. We break out of one cloud break into another. But it's been very enjoyable with this Inibuilds A320NEO. Definitely impressed, for sure. Yeah, definitely can't go wrong with it. Just everything about it, it feels really good to fly. It sounds fantastic. There's not a lot you can say that's a bit negative, apart from one or two things, which are the maybe like the default camera and stuff like that. Probably not my favourite part about it, but other than that, it looks great, sounds great, handles well, and yeah, for an aeroplane which, if it was released, would probably set you back about 70 quid. It does everything you need to. So, yeah, very happy with that. So down into the depths of the dark cloud we go. We're going to slow down our descent a little bit as we come out of yet another patch of cloud here. Very interesting cloud formation, this one as well. Very stormy over in Gothenburg today. That tray table keeps coming out every time I'm clicking the bottom bar. Okay. Fuck off with this table. This is another thing that's starting to annoy me. So we're not going to use our landing rate monitor thingy that we had at the top here, because I feel like that's contributing to some of the worst landing rates that we've been having, especially last night with the glitch, because it needs to pop up as well. So I feel like because that's glitching, it's causing the aeroplane to stop and then actually give a harder number than it actually is. You can tell it's very stormy. All these white bits on the waves. That does look very choppy. Very choppy out there. Look at that cloud in front of us, good lord. That's a storm right there, goodness me. That is a storm. Right, 8,000 feet we're going to take the aeroplane down to. We're going to bring the speed down to 250. So hopefully you've enjoyed our showcase of the Inibuilds. A320NEO, despite some of the stuttery issues, which I think is purely YouTube, it's not anything else. But hopefully you have enjoyed it. We're going to come into land momentarily, and then we'll be back later on this evening for the PC-12 over to St. Bart's. So we've got a couple of fascinating flights then today. Into the storm cloud we go. We really have not had much luck picking well, mind you, yesterday at Leipzig was still decent enough, but yeah, this could get interesting. It's like going into the abyss. Let's have a look from the outside. Oh yeah, can't see nothing. Let's go. Properly putting this aeroplane into the test. Put it for its paces. Can't see a bloody thing. Fascinating viewing this. Just watching us come out the cloud, into the cloud. Out the cloud. I think if ever there was a time to play it,
my spidey senses tell me this is gonna get fucking tasty, baby.
now would be the time to play it. Jesus. Well, here we go then. Things are about to get interesting. Descending down to 5,000 feet, keeping it at 250. Dom says, what's up with the midday streams? Well, I'm off work this week, so... Plus, it's a new released aeroplane for the flight sim, so gotta make the most of it. There you go. Absolutely pea soup conditions. You cannot see anything. We should, hopefully, be out of this cloud under 3,000 feet. A quick check on the tablet. Let's quickly update it. Yep, still broken at 2,700 feet. Still gusting 34 knots of wind. Really not having much luck with this weather this week on the flight sim. Fucking table keeps coming out every time. Okay, let's bring the speed. $220. Let's take our aeroplane down to 3,000. Let's also throw our first knot of flaps in. From what I can remember as well, if I turn the autopilot off, the alarm doesn't go off, so I don't know if that's a bit of a bug either. That's on this release, but yeah. Time for your landing rating predictions. Excuse me, 23 knots from the southwest, gust up to 34. Says Paul, that's the one. There's the ground. You can just make the ground out. Beautiful sounds though. Wayne 176 on the prediction.
$2,500.
That's fine. You see the ground literally just below us. So we're going very close to dipping underneath that cloud layer. $190 says Paul.
$2,500.
Not going to press approach mode just yet.
$2,500.
Here we go. Now we'll get approach mode turned on. We'll go for flaps 2. Bring the speed back. Dogwood, hello to you. Hope you're all well. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Going for a 195 on the brand new Inibuilds A320NEO. YouTube is really having the right fuck up with this today. Flaps onto 3. Gear will come down shortly. Here comes the rain.
2,500. $2,500.
Right, gear down. Runway in sight. Flaps now to full. Bringing that speed back. Replay on. Fucking table. Okay, here we go.
2,500.
Medium auto brake. Nose should dip. Just having a hard time keeping up here with the path. Nose is now dipping.
$2,500.
Okay, here's another bug. Did you see that? See that? Speed dropped to 120. I can't move that. So that's a bug. And now you click it like twice and it kicks itself back into gear. There is a notable bug. When you're on approach, the speed drops to 121 and then you cannot change it. Don't know if it happens for anyone else. Doesn't happen for me. It does happen to me. Okay, that nose is not dropping, so let's see what we can do. Or is it dropping? It is dropping, it's fine. So wind currently gusting. There you go. Headwind 47 knots. That's a big old crosswind, that is. Go. About to bring to an end the Dusseldorf to Gothenburg flight. Keep speed at 149 just for the moment. We're down to 147. We now can't see the runway because of the rain that's coming in. Which is going to make this even tastier than we expected. Oh god. Can't see a thing. I'm going to keep the autopilot on for the moment. Holy shit, we can now not see anything. Oh my god. Oh my god, okay. Keeping it.
1,000.
1,000 feet. Lights are coming into shot. Take control. There you go. See that? Oh, we're gusting big time. Holy shit.
400. 300. 200.
Whoa!
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Might have been hard. Gosh, shut up. It's the only way to turn it off. To go to the outside view. Well, there you go. Jesus. I think I'll have taken anything at that point. I don't know what the landing rate was, but we'll go for it in a second. It was all looking decent conditions-wise, and then yeah, it all all went a bit wet. Quite incredible. Right, let's slow the airplane down. Let's get it configured now that we're on the ground. Wayne says, "Oh my God, that was insane. It was mental. It was." Strobes off. Landing lights off as well. Let me just turn the replay off and have a quick nosy. Actually, I think the noise of the touchdown actually made that sound a lot harder than it actually was. Decent, that. Very good. Alright. Let's get GSX. Let's go to a gate. Let's go to gate 14. Let's go for a request. Follow me. Let's go for Scandinavian to handle us today. Why not? I think someone trying to test you. I think yesterday the landing of the 777 was probably the only time that I've had a decent bit of weather for landing. This was a little bit crazy, this one. But we're down. That rain just came in out of nowhere to the point where we couldn't see where we were going runway wise. And you can see with the plane, it's not as easy to like tilt the nose down and stuff like that, where you can just literally, you know, tilt the nose down and bring it back up again. It's very much like, performance-wise, very much like a high fidelity sort of aeroplane. So you've really got to manage it. Otherwise, I think it's been a pretty decent flight, this one. And yeah, the landing was quite something. We'll play that back momentarily. Once we parked up at the gate. I'm not surprised there's nothing going out at the moment. Just going to wait for our follow me car to bring us in. So there you go. Let me know what you thought about the Inibuilds A320NEO. It's definitely a lot better than the stock one. Excuse me, the stock one and the fly-by-wire. A320NEO. Wayne says just don't plant the OMSI. ATM bus will end up being a boat floating down the streets of London. Can't guarantee anything. Parking brake off. Let's spool up the engines. There's a little bit of give between idle and where we want the engine to, oh god, yeah, remember, don't twist it. So yeah, so you'll notice a couple of bugs. We took the autopilot off, and the only way to get rid of it was to change the view to go to the outside. ATR just managed to bring itself in as well. Company A319 or 20 sat at the gate there. We may be going next to it. Wayne says gonna love you and leave you. Greg's is calling. No worries at all. I'll have a festive bake if you're getting one. I'm going for pigs under blankets baguette. Oh, it does sound good. So I'm about to do some bagels once we're finished. That should be my lunch. So here we go, here's our gate, gate 14. Don't matter. We're fine. We are there. Good stuff. All right, there we go. So let's change. In fact, let's take the traffic off for this. Before we actually... Oh, that fucking table. I swear to God. Here's what Volanta had it down as. Let's just finish the flight. There you go. 1 hour 30 in the air, just as I expected this to be. 184.22 for our landing.
150, 40, 30, 20, 10.
2.
Anything under 200 is classed as butter on the channel. Beautiful flight. So let's go for the replay. Let's take myself off screen. Let's launch the replay. Goodness me, look at that. Look at that weather. Goodness me, that's what we landed in. So thank you very much for joining me this morning for the showcase of the Inibuilds A320NEO. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. We'll be back with the Inibuilds A320NEO at some point. We'll do some longer flights with it. But for now, enjoy the landing, and I'll see you later on this evening for the PC-12 flight over to St. Bart's from San Juan. Enjoy your... what day is it today? Wednesday. Enjoy Wednesday. Time later Dogwood will be about 7:30. It's only a short flight over to St. Bart's. About an hour, so 7:30 for that one. So yeah, otherwise, enjoy the landing, and I'll see you later on for that PC-12 flight. Take care, everyone. See you later on. Cheers and bye.